Gunmen suspected to be herdsmen on Monday killed two traditional rulers in Ekiti State, throwing their towns into confusion. The incident was said to have happened between Okeako and Ikwa Ekiti in Ajoni local government area of the state. The duo, Onimojo of Imojo Ekiti in Oye local government area of Election of Eshun Ekiti in Ajoni Ikole local government area of Ekiti State, were attacked by the gunmen while returning from a meeting. Sources, according to Odua News, disclosed that another monarch, Alara of Ara in Ikole local government, however, narrowly escaped when the armed men accosted them and attempted to forcefully take them away. They were traveling together. The armed herdsmen stopped them and rained bullets on them. They took their personal belongings and dragged their bodies into the bush, according to reports. The police are yet to react to the incident. It is, however, suspected that there is a war declared by the Fulani on Yorubaland because of some of the policies of the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Some of the unfortunate incidents that are happening in Yorubaland may be as a result of some plan by the Fulani cabals who are offended by Tinubu's policies and some of the recent events in the country. The recent killings, kidnappings, and banditry in the southwest may be a retaliation from these Fulani cabals. According to reports, those unknown gunmen that carried out the attack were known to be Fulani herdsmen who killed these Obas in Ekiti State. Also, children were kidnapped by these Fulani terrorists. A video of an abandoned bus where children were taken hostage by these Fulani terrorists. I don't know what is the connection between Fulani in that community, but from the reports we are getting, from the reactions we are getting on Twitter and other social media platforms, it seems that there's an onslaught on the southwest by the Fulani. And when you are connecting the dots, you can trace some of these activities to what happened in Ibadan bomb blast. You can trace to what's happening currently in the southwest. And some people are insinuating that there is a coordinated attack on the southwest so as to pressurize the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to step down on some of his actions by taking some of the agencies from Abuja, that is like the CBN, the FAAN, to Lagos State. The recent threat by Senator Ndume, a senator representing Borno State, was not to be taken lightly because Northerners are known for their words carried out with actions. Since the unfortunate incident that happened in Ekiti State, the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the federal government has not made a statement. The police has not made a statement. And this is what Nigerians are waiting for: a proactive measure, proactive action by some of these agencies, because lives are involved, not just ordinary lives, lives of royal fathers. A recent event is the killing of a pastor, evangelist Adegboyega, on his farm, allegedly killed by suspected Fulani herdsmen in Ogbomoso. The pastor was said to have been killed in the Gege area along the Ogbomoso-Iseyin road. The victim was reportedly killed when he challenged herdsmen who invaded his farm with their cattle to graze his crops. According to reports, the three suspects were apprehended by the villagers and were immediately taken to the palace of Shon of Ogbomoso, Oba Afolabi Gandhi Olaoye. They were subsequently handed over to the police for investigation. Meanwhile, the body of the deceased had been deposited in a private mortuary. These are frequent things that happen currently in the southwest as we speak. The other time, a professor was killed, was beheaded, still in the southwest. By who? These same Fulani herdsmen. All hell has been let loose on the southwest by the Fulani. We, however, hope that when the president comes back from his private visit in France, he will speak to these issues. But currently, nowhere is safe in the southwest. There is no proactiveness of the police. If you are going on the road and you are being attacked or kidnapped by whoever, whether Fulani herders or whoever kidnapper kidnaps you, nobody is going to be proactive to come to your rescue, even the police. So the president needs to come and let there be a permanent solution to this current kidnappings, banditry, especially that has resurrected its ugly head in the southwest. Now let's look at the reaction from Dele Alake, who is speaking currently for the president. He says that the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, has condemned the kidnapping of some school children and the killing of traditional rulers in Ekiti. The minister condemned the act in a statement on Tuesday in Abuja. About 6 pupils, 3 teachers, and a bus driver of a private school in Emure, Ekiti were abducted on Monday. Mr. Alake also condemned the killing of 2 traditional rulers in Ekiti who were reportedly killed while returning from a security meeting in Irele, Ekiti by suspected kidnappers. They were said to be in a vehicle driven by one of their colleagues, the Alara of Ikole, Ekiti, when gunmen attacked them along a community in the Ikole local government area on Monday. I received with deep sadness the report of Monday's killing of 2 traditional rulers in Ekiti, the Onimojo of Imojo, Ekiti, Oba Olatunde Samuel Olushola, and the election of Eshun Ekiti, Oba David Babatunde Ogunshola. These 2 traditional rulers, according to media reports, were gruesomely murdered by their assailants while returning from a security meeting. The tragic incident again speaks to the challenges of insecurity in our country, which the President Bola Tinubu-led administration is working very hard to surmount, said Mr. Alake. The minister urged security agencies to fish out the perpetrators of the heinous crime and ensure they face the full wrath of the law. I call on the Police High Command and the Department of State Security Service to rescue the primary school pupils from Ekiti, Mr. Alake stated. He commiserated with Governor Abiodun Oyebanji and the Ekiti people, especially the families and subjects of the traditional rulers. Mr. Oyebanji had described the incident as callous and unacceptable in a statement. He said security agencies in Ekiti were already on the trail of the abductors to ensure their safe return. Is Dele Alake speaking for the president? I think he is the Minister of Solid Minerals. Where is the vice president that will issue a statement? The president is out of town. Will the president in France work very hard to deal with the kidnappings currently in the southwest? These are questions we need to ask these people. But pause a moment. Let's tell ourselves the truth. When it comes to the issue of kidnapping, it should be the responsibility of the state governors or even the local government chairman. It shouldn't be a national issue. But when we bring it to the national burner, then it is difficult to tackle. What is the local government doing? What are the traditional rulers doing? The immediate police station closer to that area, what are they doing? What is the governor doing on the matter? Let's deal with that ASAP, as soon as possible, before getting the attention of the president. Dele Alake is not the Minister of Information. I don't know whether we have a Minister of Information in this regime. I don't know whether ministers know their roles, whether they are just there to fulfill all righteousness. It is very unfortunate that we are in this situation at this point in time. No proactiveness, no accountability, no sense of duty. People are just doing things anyhow they like, while lives are going on a daily. I hope the roots of these kidnappings will be unveiled. The main cause of these kidnappings, whether it is politically motivated, whether it is just as a result of the economy, criminals are just on rampage to do one or two things. But from research and from experience, we've known that most of the things, the kidnaps, the terrorism, the banditry that is going on in Nigeria are well sponsored by politicians, as revealed by the same Dele Alake. He said banditry is well sponsored by politicians, especially from the north. So if it is well sponsored by politicians, then why don't you prosecute them and make this thing end once and for all? But you know, one thing that we have come to notice is that these people are afraid to name, prosecute, and jail these sponsors of terrorism, banditry, and all sorts of crimes in our society. Probably they are a beneficiary of it. I don't know, because an average politician would want to use thugs to win an election. They will need these guys, these bandits, probably from the north. They need these guys to win election when they want to get power. But they might not want to prosecute them, because if you prosecute them, if you end banditry, who are these guys that will help them seize power? Look at what happened during the presidential election. How thugs threaten people. So these are the examples of how our politicians are using these criminal gangs, criminal agencies, criminal structure to seize power. And it is affecting us, which further I insist that the politicians are the problem of the country.